Okay, hello everyone. We're back with episode 5 of your Reno Protect. So, hi Billy, how are you doing? Nice to see you again. Nice to see you again today.
Yeah. Hi, John. Hi, everybody. This is Billy here, and
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to be with the podcast another episode today. Yes,
Exactly.
let's
We're
get
down
going.
to the fifth podcast, Billy.
Yeah, time
Yeah.
flies, right? You
I
see, we do it
know.
bi-weekly, and this is how we can share with more good insights and benefit the interior design industry, especially the volatile situation and how, sometimes it can be critical on making decisions with your interior designers, the contractors, suppliers, and subcons involved. So that is
Yes.
very important to be aware of the
Mm-hmm.
situations.
Yep, I feel like
Yes.
a lot of people are benefiting from this from this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
right? From
Yeah,
IDs
you
to
see.
homeowners. Wonderful. Okay, so last time actually we talked about the quotation, right, Billy?
Right.
So, but today it's still the same, but we're getting into the nitty gritty, as they say, of the contract, which is the TNC. So last time we were talking, you were telling me about TNC, and I was like, "What's TNC?" And you were like
Mm.
the terms and conditions. And I was like, okay. So, Billy, I've seen some of these contracts and they look like they're written in another language, to be honest. So, why are homeowners so scared of the fine print, of the TNC? Why is it that, nobody reads it?
Yeah, you see, June, looking at the TNC is like an alien to you or to even to layman, right? So, in a proper contract to fulfill the entire, documentation and to move forward officially in your renovation with the
Hmm.
contractor, you're investing on a big amount of money in it.
True.
Usually, it costs about many thousands of dollars in a
Mm-hmm.
renovation. And so it's equally important to have a proper terms and conditions, which are the TMCs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in a Singapore context, I can share with the audience over here is that over the years, I can still see until today there
Mm-hmm.
are companies which doesn't have a proper terms and conditions attached to their contracts. The
Really?
worst are the verbal ones. So they just say, "All right, we'll warranty you a year or two." And just through verbally, I think it's not fair to the homeowners. That's the worst ones, okay?
True.
So we also have terms and condition.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they have like a page and with like less than 10 liners of the terms and condition. I think that's very vague. So these
Mm-hmm.
terms and conditions are definitely disadvantages to homeowners because most of the terms and conditions are actually inclined to the interest of the company, right? That's where terms and
Yes.
conditions that since for the homeowner. This
Mm-hmm.
is a very wide topic altogether. We can go for many hours in dissecting the terms and condition and why does it late this way.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I would just want to give some very basics and important fundamentals of the terms and conditions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so basically, in the terms and conditions are important because it will set the milestone of the payments. They are inside, so payment terms are in it. And what you should able to entail in the renovation journey with that particular company. So as I mentioned, number one, most of the time, in fact, all the time, the terms are more inclined to the interest of the company. We understand
Oh.
why, because that's why they have to set the ground rules and the terms properly for homeowners or the clients to on board with, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I believe we have to be fair to the homeowner. So today I will be emphasizing on some of the fair terms that homeowners should sound out to be included in the terms
Oh.
and condition if particular company doesn't have it. All right.
Wow, that's
So let me start
interesting.
off. Yeah,
Mm.
June, correct. So let me start off with a couple of important pointers over here to be included. Number
Mm-hmm.
one, for instance, payment terms. All right, that is the most
Yeah.
important one because money involved.
Mm-hmm.
Some companies in Singapore, as I say, I have met to numerous interior design firms and stakeholders to understand what are they doing in the
Correct.
industry. So they may have a big chunk of the first payment, maybe up
Mm-hmm.
to 50% or even 60% for deposit. And that is a
Uh-huh.
no-no to the homeowner or the client. So
Mm.
I think a milestone of breaking into 4, 5 progressive payment terms is fair. So you will see milestone check on these 4, 5 different timeline so that the
Mm-hmm.
deposit could be, 10 to 20%. And then we
Okay.
go into the design done up, and then we will go into the start work of another perhaps 20 or 30%, and it goes progressively from there. So this is actually more safer, and we paid through milestones of the work done as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And also, secondly, I think the works have to be mentioned on are the warranty coverage in the terms. Uh, Maybe that I will leave that to the later part today. But the
Uh-huh.
second thing I can think of is they should be aware of how the renovation works to be going through. For example, in the terms of tiling,
Timeline. Mm-hmm.
timeline,
Yeah.
carpentry, all this have to state clearly how is
Mm-hmm.
it going to executed in all. So the last one, as I mentioned, I think in the warranty coverage are also part of the terms and condition.
Yep. Yep.
So
I've seen
this
that.
is only fair when the duration of the warranty is put in. For example, usually the practice will be at least 1 year to 5 years of warranty coverage. And what
Okay.
are the things are covered? That is also very crucial because it may be very vague if you say that it will cover the works done by the contractor, but I don't think everything under the sky is covered under the same warranty. Yeah,
Yes.
so you have to be specific. For instance, the very important one I can share with homeowner today, just one over here, is on
Mm-hmm.
waterproofing. So
Okay.
waterproofing issues like leakage and
Mm-hmm.
all these water seepage and all this happening is a very disastrous happening to affect not your house, of course, we affect your neighbor downstairs or the beside
Oh,
or neighbor.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So warranty
Very important.
coverage, we talk about waterproofing membrane and all this have to be intact. And these are considered latent defects. So it happens usually more than a year later. So waterproofing issues comes usually after 1 or 2 years. That is
Okay.
our experience, and we can share with the homeowners in the industry as well.
Mm-hmm.
So to be fair, warranty for waterproofing membrane and coverage of all this have to be at least more than 1 year. So a 2 years warranty is a good practice. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to give the some peace of mind to your homeowners. Yeah, for IDs
Mm-hmm.
who are listening today. Right.
So we
Yeah.
have
So these are
we have three.
important.
I think while listening to you, I'm also being enlightened here. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to check, as you said, payment terms, then the renovation
Returns.
timeline, how it is gonna be done, right, and the
Yeah.
warranty, which is very important, as you said, because this usually happens. I mean, some shit happens after, right, after the renovation. So what is the cover what are the coverage rather?
Mm.
Okay, so 1 to 2 years, is that right? Billy,
Yeah,
for
actually, the minimum
warranty.
coverage nowadays, I see most of the reliable interior
Mm-hmm.
companies or contractors are giving more than 1 year, at least a 2 to 3 years warranty
Mm-hmm.
for almost the service, after sales service, and
Mm-hmm.
also the guarantee of the quality of the materials and the workmanship to
Yes.
prevent deterioration, breakdown and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as I
uh,
say, it will only happens after a year or two when
Correct.
the things
After.
falling apart as surfaces. Yeah, these are all hidden, you see. So we are worried about all this.
Have
Mm-hmm.
you ever had any experiences, Billy, with that? Like, the homeowner misunderstood the warranty portion of the TNC, because you said
Mm.
earlier, yes,
Yeah.
there's warranty there, but it's not everything, right? So can you
Yeah.
expound on that more? Share to us your experience, maybe one or two experience wherein you got a headache because the homeowner thought everything is under warranty rather.
Yeah. You see, Joan and audience over here,
Yeah,
layman, they don't know what
us.
they don't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why talking about in the first few minutes, we started off with the terms and conditions are all the fine prints. As what the
Correct.
podcast episode today is all about. So many fine prints. Sometimes too many liners. Some companies, on the other hand, they have maybe 5 to even 10 pages of terms and conditions for you to
Yeah.
read. When
My
you go and
gosh.
buy a telco or subscribe something, or you
Yes.
buy from big company, right? It's easily you have a 10 page of terms and condition, which you'll never go and read it. right? So
Never.
that
I
is
ignore
the
it.
most, yeah, you know it, right? And in fact, when you sign on to a mobile subscription or right or a
Mm,
telco line, there are so many pages of all these protect the interests of the company. Definitely, we all know. So I think in the renovation journey,
mm.
I would like to make it user friendly and easy to understand, whereby through a third party professional involved, is spelling out the terms and condition is
Wow.
equally important. It's very crucial because when that third party can able to project out the value and what it takes for the terms and condition for both
Mm,
parties to align, right? Which are the who are the homeowners and the interior designers.
mm-hmm.
I think this is a very fair and neutral way to go about with it. Because I
Yes.
don't think, let me share with the audience and all people for renovation journey for the terms and contract. I don't think in a proper circumstances can the interior designer spell out every liner of the terms and condition. I think it will be very tough and challenging for them to explain one by one if you have a 10-page terms and condition,
That's
right?
true.
And if you have a short one like just a one, 2 pages of like less than 20 liner, I think it doesn't cover a lot of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I feel that if we have another third party that officially involved in the both parties of the renovation
Someone who
to
can interpret.
undertake, yeah, to
Yeah.
undertake this so-called understanding, can we say
Mm-hmm.
it's like a common understanding with the terms
Mm-hmm.
and condition, and homeowners or even especially for the homeowners, they have to ask questions. They can have a lot of queries. Yes. So the same third party can relay the explanation on the behalf of the interior designers or the contractors.
Mm-hmm.
I think with that person in place throughout the renovation journey is very fruitful, and it will definitely benefit the journey of the renovation because it's all the technical terms and all, whatever writings and fine prints in it. And some of the companies, if the homeowner, usually nowadays they will compare amongst 5 to even 10 interior design firms. You'll be surprised, huh? So when
So
they
many
see,
choices.
yeah, these numerous different standards of the terms and condition. As I mentioned, you have a 1 page to a 10-page one. You have a 10 liner or less to a multiple liners of terms and condition. And the words and the saying in every company is different terms and condition,
Uh-huh.
but the work is the same. Think about it. The homeowner compare these 5 to 10 IDs. They want the exact same thing in the
Mm-hmm.
renovation, right? How to do the woodworks like this, how to have these certain types of design and tiles. The execution and the application is all the same, right? Look at
Yes.
that in a very deep dive picture of the renovation journey. The
Mm.
only difference is the service and the designer you're comfortable with to allow you to achieve, you realize your dream of the renovation being done from scratch to the completion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who is able to undertake this journey with you is all
Uh-huh.
based on the relationship and the connection and how you feel about this designer, how experienced he is
Yes.
to execute the same sets of execution, right? Of course, we want to even have a good experience journey with the designer.
Mm-hmm.
So the terms and condition is dead, right? The writings are there, and the way of doing things are there is dead. Yeah, so I think across the whole industry, maybe as a third party that we can have somebody to be involved. And I've seen so many. I think some of the general terms and some of the basic standard, for instance, payments I mentioned progressively,
Yes.
4 to 5 payment terms as a reference to follow. It will deviate a little bit here and there, but it's all right. And some of the technical aspect which must obey in terms of cement work, carpentry work. We use, for instance, carpentry work. How many thickness of plywood, and what are the safe, low emission,
Mm-hmm.
formaldehyde materials of the plywood? These are all standard across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can have a very good understanding of a basic requirements in the renovation across Singapore. That would be very ideal and safe.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it makes sense now that I'm listening to you. Yes, you're right. No, I mean, a neutral party could actually be very helpful for both parties. right? Especially, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, especially for the homeowners as well, because someone who could interpret to us, because as you said, we're laymen, and we don't really read this TNC and all that. It's too many. So,
Yeah.
I think this is also, Billy, an opportunity, right, for you. I think you do that, correct? I mean, you also assist
Yes, I've
as
been helping and assisting.
mm,
Yes, June.
yes.
With some of the close interior design companies and their bosses and the management, which they know me for years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually started to help out to certain companies which are
Great.
close to us, and they understand where we're coming from. As I mentioned,
Yes.
I've been taking up the roles like this in
Mm-hmm.
intervening and involving this renovation journey with them. So in
Mm,
terms of the execution and the understanding of what is going to happen through this
yes.
understanding, and then they will proceed with themselves. Yeah, that will be
Okay.
more safer of
Actually,
the
I have
way.
one question about on it, Billy. Is it hard to read all those TNCs? I mean, what if you have
Yeah.
10 companies whom you have to compare? Although, as you mentioned, some parts are
Hmm.
similar, right? Standard
Similar,
across
very.
the board. So, but still, you have to read all of them. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
how do you
Mm.
do it?
Yeah. That's interesting findings from the companies because I'm thankful that the interior design firms are willing to share with me their insights and the you know the workflow of how they go through these terms and conditions with
Yeah.
homeowner. And they see me as an advisor because of my experience of
Mm.
in the industry and how I usually solve problem applicably, and also
Mm.
we give options and solutions. This where my strong points are coming from. So they are willing to share with me, and I'm willing to also fine tune and make their terms and conditions more friendly to the
Yes.
homeowners. So many of times, as I mentioned earlier, they usually did the terms, the writings in 100% interest of the interior designers and to
Yes.
their company. So
Mm.
we have to really fine tune a little to make it look more neutral, and
Mm.
both parties have to really come together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, we also saw some, like for instance, I can mention one or two, like in the event of cancellation, right?
Yes.
Let's say the
Yes.
homeowner pay up to 50% or
Mm.
even a certain amount. The homeowner is not allowed to take back
Get
their
it back.
money from there
Oh,
if they for any reason. So for this, right, it's very sensitive. So we have to understand the underlying issue.
correct.
Maybe the homeowner have their own plight. They may have their difficulties in continuing the renovation somehow or other, maybe based on family matters or
Mhm.
some issues, right?
Financial.
Or
Mm.
many things can happen. So I put an extra clause to it in the event of a reasonable, situation, or is able that the homeowner to explain based on reasonable grounds. I think through empathy and through some sort of understanding, the homeowner should be able to
Get
take back
something.
or get
Mm.
refunded by their not
Not the whole
100%
50.
of their payment
Yes.
being
Mm.
washed off easily. So it's very, very disadvantageous if suddenly if they have some valid reasons that they don't want to continue the renovation, unless the homeowner suddenly finds another cheaper interior designer
That's a
to fit them in the
different
reason,
story. Mm.
then they want to cancel. That is very not ethical, right? And not fair to the
Correct.
interior design firm. But if it's based on some very, very personalized and customized special reasons, I think with some empathy the company should be good to refund that the procedure of the money. If not, it will
Mm.
become a social issue, right? If not, the
Correct.
homeowner also in dire states, they may go to other avenue to retrieve back their payment.
The
I think that's
payment.
a very whole lot of very negative kind of journey to deal with. So that won't be very proper. Yeah.
Yeah, and we all only want a positive renovation journey, right?
Yeah.
Because we know it's very stressful already doing renovations for our home. So at least Billy is really great because you're saying here that
Hmm.
you're here to help, right? You're here to assist fellow
Yes.
homeowners and even fellow ID firms,
Yes.
correct? And actually, Billy,
Right.
we have to also what do you call this? We have to give credit to those ID firms, right? Who are actually doing this extra mile for their clients. They're getting you
Hmm.
to help them, and the homeowners. They're really good ID firms, I guess. Correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now,
So let me wrap up with
yes, the golden
golden
nugget.
nugget of
That's
the
what I
day.
want to ask
It's
because
always so happy to.
I know because we
Mhm.
learned a lot from you today, Billy. We learned about the warranty, the TNC, be careful, and all that, and the neutral third party. Now,
Mhm.
to wrap up, as you said, what is your golden nugget in all this, in everything that we've talked today?
Yeah, today's topics is very meaningful, and I think
Mm,
as I mentioned, I can expand it more in future. But to wrap up for today's podcast, I my golden nugget is find or consult another experienced advisor in this as a neutral person. Definitely, I'll be the best one of the capable person to be going to find sound opinion and giving solutions on how both parties can come together, align with the TNC. Yeah. Uh, Homeowners may be able to find another experienced person from the industry to look into the terms and conditions before you sign with the ID. So this is very important to seek a second opinion to let you have a good sound peace of mind. But that second opinion must come from a very neutral point of view and an experienced person,
true.
like what I'm doing. So sometimes it's very sensitive and challenging only when that person is staying neutral and understand the legitimate terms and condition of what it entails, and we can vision the renovation journey that it will not deviate in such a way that is very problematic. So that's very very important. If the homeowner can able to find a second opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
if not, I'll be the best person. I think to one of the best person as a renovation mediator myself. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So in the next
Power.
few podcasts, maybe we try to open up what exactly my professionalism is
That's
to mention
true. We can
or
share
how I can
to the
really
audience what you're doing.
to take
Yeah,
action. Yeah, to very
exactly.
involved exactly.
All right.
Right.
So
That's all from my
thank
side.
you, Billy. Powerful stuff. Yes. So again, check the TNC as you said. And if you need a second pair of eyes, Billy is here to help you out.
Hmm.
Okay. Thanks for joining us,
Yep.
everyone. And thank you, Billy, for today. So watch our YouTube channel and also our Spotify account. So that's all for today. Have a good day, everyone. See you on our next
Have a good day,
one.
everyone.